So she's trying to break the bone to get to the marrow, which would be great if she was a wolf, but I want to teach her how to get in there with her hands and use her nails to pull the marrow out. And so this is how I started teaching her. She does do it herself now, which I didn't know that she remembered what I had taught her previously, but so I want to show how I taught her in the first place. You put your hands, this one, you can see this one better. Put your hands in and scratch it with your fingers, grippy with your nails. See your nails? Get it? Ooh, yeah, nails, get it? Lick your nails. Good girl. Something yummy there? It's down in, see? She has to trust. She doesn't trust to put her hand into something. So you have to teach her it's okay. Feel around, turn the bone, and get your hands in there. Grip with your nails. Got some? Good girl. Good girl. What about this side? Can you reach this one? It's too tiny. Can you get your hand in? Yes, you can. Go in. Right about where her thumb starts to come in contact with the bone is where she's hesitant. There you go. Wow, that's really yummy. There's some on the other side. You have to clean your fingers. Wow, that's good. See? So use your hands. Good girl. In. Not here, no. In. Help you. Show you. Good girl. Feel it? It's right there. Feel it? Dig it, scratch. It's on your fingers. Wow. It's on your fingers. That's pretty yummy. There it is. Turn your hands like this. Look, turn your hands like this and lick your fingers. Lick your nails. Crumbs. Get some crumbs. Get it. In. No, not out. In. That's what she was doing when I first taught her. Just basically scratching the outside of the bone. But as I show in the other video, she knows, she remembered what I had taught her, and she went inside the bone. Now the trouble is their tongues get tired, and it's pretty scratchy in here. There's some sharp edges, so they get sore tongues, and they resort to chipping away at the bone, which I don't want her to do because she's willing to break her own teeth to get in there and get it. And I often take these away from her, but because just this evening she had really gouged out a good bit of it herself, I didn't even know she had recalled the skill and retained it and practiced it, and was now able to stick her hand in there with pretty good ability and get it out. So she's cleaned it. Good girl. And I had previously shown her how to turn it to get different angles. I worked with her for quite a good while, and probably like almost 2 hours. I just sat there and helped her chew her bone. And I've also been working with her to put her, I call it a stick, to put it up against something else. And this, turn around, come over here. Come here. And lay this way. Lay down. Good girl. So you can put it against. Good. Now on something like this, if you have a strong-willed dog that is willing to break their teeth to get in, you might not want to teach them this. But since I don't give her, these are actually for our Rottweiler, and they're nothing. He'll break these up in very, very quickly. But she stole it from him, so I'm kind of letting her have it a little, because I thought she was just gonna get the crumbs and outer stuff off of it, and I turn around hearing this scratching noise, and she had been sticking her paw in it. Put it against, 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 against. Good, that's against. Hold it. Hold it with your hands. Against. Hold it with your hands. Against. Keep it there. Stick stay. Make a stick stay. Hold it. See, she's trying a bit. Put it against. Good. And I had caught her having done this a couple of times after the first time I showed her, but she has completely forgotten, so I'm teaching it again, brand new. Where's your fingers? Fingers go in. And she has these cute little toys where you put little stuffed animals inside of it. Like it's a little trash can with a plush trash can with some little plush raccoons, and the trash can has little holes, and she has to stick her nose in there and pull the little raccoons out. So I've been teaching her this since she was little, before she even had such a toy, putting toys inside of tissue boxes and telling her to rescue it. So she knows what rescue means, because when she pulls it out, I tell her what a good girl she is. And I also teach her to help me find little tiny things in the carpet. So I practice by dropping something I have two of that is little, like a paper clip, and I'll drop it on the floor and tell her to, I'll show her the one in my hand and say, this is what Mommy's looking for. And I tell her, help me find it, and I point to the carpet. There it is, there it is. And I said, I'm gonna scratch it back. Ah, don't you break your teeth. I tell her I'll scratch her back if she finds it, and I'll have her hunting, 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 smell, 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 and she'll start sniffing around until she finds it, and I reward her with scratching her back. She likes that game. But that's helpful to me because I drop tiny things and it's like they go in the fourth dimension, and I can't find it for the life of me. So dogs are just, some, like, they're super smart, but some, like Darla, I got her from a couple, and they didn't teach her language. They basically left her in the house alone, and at one point she got pregnant too young, and they left her alone with the babies, and the babies all died. And first time too young mom, I feel like they're the ones that caused the baby to die. And after that, because they didn't feel she was a good breeder, because they did it too young, they didn't want her. So, but she was neglected, and she didn't learn language skills. She didn't learn, when these dogs are taken away from their parents, their mothers, they don't get taught a lot of these things. They don't even get taught to clean themselves. I've had to teach her how to clean her paws and how to wash her face and do these things, because she actually, she was a lost puppy, and some little kids found her and brought her to me. And she missed out on a lot of her mother's teachings. Moms teach them, clear up to a year old if they stick around, and they watch their parent and learn. And you notice that in Chihuahuas who breed, and they keep the puppies, and the puppies are really intelligent. They know a lot of things, how to do things and care for themselves, because they have parental care. But when they are rehomed to a family away from their mothers, they don't learn how to do these natural things, and people just don't care, they take them for granted and don't teach them doggy skills. And you want your dog to be safe. You want her to understand. Her mother would give her some sort of indication of something if she had learned it herself that it was going to be harmful or something. And they're receptive to that. So even if a dog couldn't teach their pup how not to break their teeth on something, we can, tell her. She knows how not to break any of her toys. She's learned. I just take them away. I show her I'm throwing it in the trash because you pulled the puffy out. And she knows. She stops doing it. So you keep an eye on them. Don't let them hurt themselves, and teach them what's good and bad. They're receptive to it. That's a good girl. And she didn't know how to hold her sticks either, so I'm still working on getting her to grasp it. She will do it with her stuffed animals, but when it comes to sticks, for some reason, got my phone plugged in. Use your hands to hold. Put your hands on here. Hold it. Put your hand on it. Hold it. Bite it now. Good girl. Bite it. Hold it with your hands. Good girl. Grip it. I teach her what gripping is. Gripping is where she grips with her fingers. Grip it. Good girl. See how she responds? It's just a shame, that's why domestic dogs are so far from their nature. They're taken away from their parents that teach them, and then the humans just never do. So, but this builds bonding, it makes your dog trust you. It makes them look to you. Now you can see how she was not holding on to it for a long time, and now look, showing her once. I've shown her before and she forgot, but reminding her, she goes back to it. Good girl. And this is problem solving. It's very good for the dog, and it really bonds the dog to the master, and they look at you like you're pack leader. There's more to looking like pack leader than just being a strong, reprimanding rule maker, or going for walks even. That's good too, but this type of teaching your dog to do life skills and things, that really bonds them to you. Well, I hope this